Those intro music sound so much better when it's 10:37 o'clock Central and not noon games like on Sunday. But welcome to the Missing Links Postcast live stream podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Dukowitz, beat reporter for Zone Coverage. I cover the Lynx and Timberwolves. And today we have Elle from Channel 4 WCCO. Bringing the content that everybody wants, just spending time with us little podcasters to grace us with her presence.
Oh, stop. It's an honor because you guys are, I'm envious of all of you beat reporters because you get to be in the thick of it with this team all the time. And that's my dream. So I'm actually honored to be here.
Which Courtney Williams has started reposting my stuff on Instagram. And I feel
there
like
we go.
We're almost to the level of work friends where she would give me a head nod if we ran into each other at Target. Not expecting anything more than that, but like I feel like now we're at that weird little like pursed lip head nod thing that you give to work friends. So that was way off topic. But anyways, Lynx weird flex and off topic. Lynx come out and win against the Mystics tonight. I'm going to run us our first ad here while people are joining in, and we will go from there. Well, hello. Thank you, Livestream Andrew. This is Ad Read Andrew. And today we have Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, the presenting sponsor for the Missing Links podcast. Firehawk Construction and Remodeling strives to inspire people to follow their ideas, working with respect and understanding to create a quality, tailored result. Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, located in Blaine and serving in the North Metro area, is here to help you with your building and remodeling needs. I can say personally, thanks to Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, I have a beautiful deck in my backyard and countless projects that I started, they finished. Get started on your new deck or remodel today by calling Isaac at 763-710-5686. All right, so Lynx come out against the Mystics tonight, and let's be honest, 24 seconds into the game, K-Mac falls in a heap, knee-to-knee kind of contact, also might have like headbutted Courtney Williams. I haven't seen all of the angles of it yet, but kind of the worst fears. I mean, team gathered around her, were putting, towels up so people couldn't see. Luckily, I sit in a nice media perch where I could see into the circle of Lynx players, and they were being really cautious with her right knee. She gets up with the assistance of two trainers, walks into the back, and for about 5 minutes, oh gosh, is this season just kind of done? I mean, I don't know how far they get without a healthy K-Mac. Luckily, she then comes walking out of the locker room on her own accord, checks back into the game, and Cheryl proceeds to play her 12 consecutive minutes to end the half in, just the most on-brand Cheryl Reeves
I loved
coach
it.
ever. But Elle, what was kind of going through your mind during that first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first sentence that came out of my mouth was, okay, this team is clearly, as hard as they are and as resilient as they are, they're just not the same without Fee. And so but I still had hope the whole time in that first half. I was like, I'm not worried. But it was great to see a feisty Cheryl. I think, even getting the technical, I was just like, I don't know, it kind of like pumped me up. Like, it's just great to see her defend her players and and match their energy all at once. It's great.
Well, and we asked Court about it after the game of just like, what was that first quarter? And I think she said a bleep show, or something to that effect. And then I'm sure that'll get edited out of the YouTube video. But then she went on to give kind of a good answer of like, when your best player just gets like taken out of the game 20 seconds in, like you can't get a rhythm. Cheryl kind of mentioned that as well, of just like the flow of the first half was just off because of that injury. But I mean, Cheryl kind of had like a Hall of Fame level game, gets the technical running darn near out to half court. She wins 2 challenges in the last 90 seconds. And then, the game kind of hinged, is tie game with about 55 seconds left inbound goes to court, and I am assuming there was probably some talk about like, let's kill a little bit of clock, and court just launches it and hits a mid-range. Cheryl after the game was like, no, that was the play call. Court just gets to kind of make up what she wants to do. But
Mhm.
what did you think of Cheryl tonight? Because she was kind of firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I loved it, and it was cool to see. Well, first off, I think lately, because this team has been so steady Eddie and strong, I mean, I've kind of been surprised to see Cheryl just sitting most of the games. Like, she can be relaxed and laid back because this team is just so solid. So to see her up most of the game on her feet and like tossing that arm out forward, it was just exciting. Like, yes, obviously it comes with nerves. She's not doing that because things are going well, but it's just fun to see the the intensity that we all know that they're seeing probably during halftime in the locker room. Like, we now get to be part of that intensity that she's giving to the players.
It was it was kind of funny after the game. Pat Borsey, who writes for Min Post, asked her,
Hmm.
like, do you get a bonus for getting both challenges right? And Cheryl, of course, like laughs and then sidesteps it. But then she made sure to get a little bit of a shot in against the Liberty,
Hmm.
mentioning how the refs are understanding marginal contact better. And it's just kind of like, all right, Cheryl. So it's always good to see her do that. I mean, the other kind of star of the night is obviously Alana
Hmm.
Smith, not Lana. Alana Smith, who just 18 points in the second half, couldn't miss. I mean, what did you like from Alana tonight?
Oh man, Lan is such a favorite player of mine, obviously defensively, but tonight was just it was interesting to see her so calm as she would bring the ball up or get like a quick pass from court and she was just there and it just seemed so natural tonight. Like, she didn't seem as worked up as sometimes she can be. Like, you can tell she puts so much pressure on herself. You can just see it in her eyes. And tonight, I just felt like there was like a looser land and it paid off. She couldn't miss.
Yeah, she was awesome. It's funny
Hmm.
because I mean, Court is doing the post game, so I asked Court, like, about Lan, and Court's just kind of like they were guarding her like she can't shoot, and they didn't
Yeah.
change their game plan. So I guess Lan's just going to keep shooting. I think it's also cool, we talk about Lan a lot of like this defensive kind of masterclass player, but
Hmm.
she also does have this 3-point game. She also,
Hmm.
is going for her master's degree in psychology right now. And then
Right.
to like make it even more mind-blowing, like she's a very big outspoken person on like bringing awareness to sex trafficking.
Hmm.
She's been doing that since her Stanford days, and
Hmm.
after the game she's doing like a fireside chat to bring awareness with it with Justin Vernon. And it's like, and she plays basketball, which
Hmm.
I mean, I'm currently doing a day job in beat reporting, nothing compared to what she's doing, and I'm stressed out at times. I can't
Right.
imagine like the mental toughness it takes from Land to just keep all of these balls juggling. I mean,
That's
I'm
a
assuming
really
you've
good
got to talk
point.
to her a couple times about it.
Yeah, I remember talking to her just at the beginning of the season about all of it, and I think she definitely is someone who thrives off like all of the juggling and chaos. And I think the team probably in reverse really leans on her for being that just rock in the chaos. Like, she's someone who's reliable like that. But I think like the psych is it a psych masters that she's getting?
She's going for her master's, and I think she wants to continue on. So, like,
Okay.
and she's doing it. I I feel bad because I'm gonna forget the name of the school, but it's like a online course that she's taking through like an Australian university,
Mhm.
and like she's legitimately writing like a research paper or
Like a
dissertation on like
thesis.
misinformation in healthcare, which for
Wow.
me, like she's going to give me a copy, so I will be
Yeah.
reading it. But like,
Right.
I can't imagine doing that type of research being outspoken on like
Mhm.
social justice, criminal justice, sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Land's kind of in the right on most of her opinions, and then
Mhm.
also being like an all defensive team center for the Lynx.
So I'm assuming you follow her on Instagram, but today she posted like earlier this morning a cup of coffee that had this like duck in it that's like part of the cup, and the coffee was just above the duck's beak, so it was like barely above water. And she posted a caption saying like, this is someone who's like playing in a professional sports league and writing a dissertation.
Like I
So
can't.
she's like, I know I'm drowning, like I'm aware of it.
It's also like I don't. It doesn't come through the TV. Like
No,
when
it
you're
doesn't.
sitting as close to the court as like the media gets to, or when you go to games. I mean, they fill the lower bowl, so almost every seat in the arena is a good seat, to
Mhm.
be honest. But like the level of physicality that she gets hit with every night too, of
Mhm.
like, it's not like
Yeah.
she's just going out there and like having a good run. Like she's getting elbowed in the face, she's
Mhm.
getting knocked to the ground, she's getting like pushed in the back. Like she must just live in ice baths. And then
Yeah.
it's not like you just get to do an ice bath and go home. Like she gets to do an ice bath and then study for a master's program. It's
Yeah.
just kind of absurd, like her level of discipline.
Right. And I also noticed that she's been posting like some local ice bath, like bathhouse place. So not only is she needing to do that for recovery, but she's like, I'm gonna go support a local business in Minnesota and like promote this community that I'm calling my home. Like she just, I don't know, she goes above and beyond. And I also have noticed that just in every minute that that woman is given a microphone, it's almost like she makes sure that every worst word costs $100.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like she's so well spoken, and she's put on the spot in these post game,
Hmm.
pre-game press conferences. She doesn't know what the questions are in advance, but yet she is so eloquent, as if she's giving this like inspirational TED talk. I don't know. She's truly a master at everything, and tonight we saw that exemplified on the court.
Now, I will say she did punk me a couple weeks ago where I
How so?
asked a question about like, the Lynx haven't played the Liberty and until the end of July.
Mhm.
Like that's super weird, right? And she's just like, "Yup." And then let everyone sit in it for 5 seconds and then bursted out laughing and gave, like, an actual thoughtful LAN answer, but I was like, "You jerk."
And then you're like questioning yourself, like, did I
I was
ask
like,
the right
"Man, I asked
question?
a yes or no answer, and LAN's gonna do this to me." She's also, like, I will say, the Lynx have, and this is, like, insider baseball, so for the people in here at minute 13:30, I apologize, but, like, the Lynx really understand what different media members are going for. Like if I
Mhm,
ask Courtney Williams or Lan or any of them a question, they kind of know who I am now, where they will give like a more like real feelings type of answer. Like
mhm,
if I ask Court, like I asked Court tonight about Lan or about BC, and Court gave this wonderful answer about like how no one on the team has an ego, no one on the team has like pride, like they're all just here. And like she knows that's an answer for me because I'm gonna put
mhm,
it on socials, and like that's my niche, is humanizing players. But
mhm,
like if somebody else asks Courtney the same question, like if someone from the Star Trib or the Pioneer Press does, Courtney might give just a completely different answer that's more about like BC's impact on the game plan or BC's
mhm,
impact on like statistics or spreading the floor, because like she understands like, oh, this is what these guys are looking for, this is what this guy's looking for. And it's just so interesting to see how the players kind of
mhm,
understand that, because Lan especially, like she can break down a defensive game plan like at a coach's level, but then also she can give like a super personable, like humorous answer for someone like me that she knows is just, trying to make these people popular, essentially.
Yeah, I definitely have noticed that they when they know it's a sit down one-on-one, like, they're bringing a different energy versus, like, a cell phone and just asking fun questions. Like,
Mhm.
they know what each person wants, and I I think that's what makes this team so fun to cover, and at the end of the day too, like, all of these players, whether they remember your name or not, they're not gonna make you feel like, "Oh, I'm meeting this journalist for the first time," even though they know they haven't, and you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, they're just trying to like, I don't think even though I've met Lan several times, she knows who I am, but she'll never make me feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and all of them do that. Every single one of them. Like, they know that you're just part of, like, the Lynx media family, and it just feels good.
It's interesting with Cheryl too, because I mean, again, this is insider baseball now at minute 16 of the puck. But like Cheryl, I remember when I started on the beat last year, there was the like intimidation almost of not
Mhm,
from Cheryl, but other people saying like, if you make a mistake speaking, Cheryl's going to call you out on it. If you have a stat wrong, Cheryl's going to call you out on it. Like, make sure you know your stuff. And like, I'll be honest, I like put my foot in my mouth almost on the hour. Like, that's
mhm,
just who I am. And Cheryl has never made me feel that way. Like, she has always given super thoughtful answers. She's
mhm,
always like really like good with the media. And I feel
mhm,
like that bleeds down. Like when your coach is someone that's out there like advocating and giving really good powerful answers and sticking up for like social, like honestly the whole fans throwing objects on the
mhm.
court. Cheryl had a really good
Really
um
good.
kind of impromptu come back to the press scrum because she wanted to say something,
Mhm,
answer on that. And like when your coach is doing that, I feel like it just bleeds down, kind of like everything else. Like, I don't
mhm,
think Cheryl ever takes too much credit for wins. I think she even like good game plans, she always passes it on to whoever the assistant is with the scouting report. Like,
mhm,
when your coach is doing that, and then you see Fee, who is, I mean, the most humble human being I've ever
mhm.
met. It kind of trickles down in all aspects, which I'm sure even shows up in the media side. Um,
100%. I mean, I think culture is determined in a top-down fashion everywhere. Like, speaking from WCCO's perspective, like, Frank and Amelia, like, they are the top down, and they bring the best culture ever, and it bleeds all the way to the bottom. Like, so Cheryl is that for the Lynx,
oh,
100%.
100%. Um, Speaking of culture going top down, let's just touch on it real quick. Dejanay Carrington at one point. Uh, well, first off, Dejanay Carrington, just what go
Welcome to
Hell, I'm
Minnesota,
gonna let
baby.
you just go on this. Dejanay Carrington is your topic. Have at it.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I texted you right away when this trade happened at like 7 a.m. And I was just like, your thoughts? I'm freaking out. It was so exciting to see her in a Lynx uniform in Target Center for the first time tonight. But I think what was really touching is how the fans brought the signs and were like, welcome home, welcome to Minnesota. Um, as someone who knows that she has had a relationship with Court and T from her time with the Suns and their time with the Suns, it was really cool to see them all reunited and that chemistry's locked in right away. Um, I was so excited to see her hit a couple threes tonight around the perimeter in the corner. She was being scrappy and getting some great defensive moves in there. I think she had 2 steals. Um, it was just great. It was a great showing for her, and I'm really excited, especially to get one of those successful challenges on her turned around.
The fact that the number one defense in the league, and it's not close, like the Lynx have a 2-point defensive rating advantage over the
Mhm,
number two. Like, the fact that they got the all defensive first team guard from last season
mhm.
is just like, it just doesn't seem fair to
I
everyone else.
agree. So I'm actually in Duluth right now with my family, and tonight we were watching the game around the dinner table, and the topic of conversation is like, what does Dallas get for this? Like, this doesn't seem like, as Lynx fans, we are
Literally.
excited, but like, we feel like this isn't fair.
Yeah.
Like, you nailed it on the head. Like, that is the topic around the dinner table right now.
Like a second round pick that probably won't be anything. I
Hmm.
mean, just the history of second round picks in the WNBA, it's not a high hit rate.
Right.
And Diamond Miller, who wasn't playing. And I mean, Diamond got some pretty good run. I think she got like 10 minutes for Dallas, scored 7, if I'm remembering right. But like, she wasn't going to play here. And
Right.
from Cheryl to Eric today, I mean, they've all been pretty honest of like, Diamond needs to go to a place where she can play through mistakes. She'd
Hmm.
never get that here. Like, if Diamond gets 2 turnovers in 8 minutes, she's getting pulled and might not come back in for a couple games.
Right.
So, I mean, for Dallas, like, that's the hope, is that Diamond is, given time, can turn back into the rookie player that had all the success before the injuries. But
Hmm.
like, Diamond wasn't doing anything for the Lynx, so they really didn't give up anything, and they get I mean, someone that can play 30 minutes in their
Yeah,
second game.
they get
Um,
first defensive team
yeah,
player, most
Ben
improved
mentions in the
player.
chat here that the Lynx sold out of Dejanay Carrington's jerseys in the team shop. He also said
No.
earlier, refs had a rough evening tonight. Yeah, refs had a real rough
Yeah,
evening.
they
But
did.
I mean, it doesn't even surprise me. Like, Lynx fans are so dedicated to their team. Like, it
Hmm.
doesn't even. They could have put like 1,000 Dejanay Carrington jerseys in the store, and I think they probably would
Yeah.
have sold out of them. It's just
Yeah.
the passion that this fan base has. And then I
Hmm.
mean, Dejanay touched on it a little bit. I talked to Lan about it today too, of just like going from a Dallas or a Connecticut or some of the not as advanced teams,
Hmm.
teams that don't put as much money behind their team, is essentially what I'm getting at. And then coming to the Lynx, where you're walking into a facility that's shared with the Timberwolves, so everything in that facility is up to snuff. I mean, they
Hmm.
have backboards that tell you if your shot arc is not good enough. You go to that, the culinary, the food, physical
Hmm.
therapy, doctors, medical staff, everything that this team has. And then you walk out on the Lynx like floor, and that lower bowl is filled almost every game. And
Hmm.
it's loud. I mean, it's not Connecticut, it's not Dallas. Like, it is a
Hmm.
different level. I mean, it does make me wonder, like, how big of an edge that is for people like Dejanay, who's they're a free
Hmm.
agent after this season. Like, is that a driving factor to stay here?
Yeah, 100%. And I also wonder too, like, you know, obviously we're speaking hypothetically at this point, but like, it looks like the Lynx are going to make a deep run in the playoffs, if not go all the way. And how does that feel as a player in Dejanay's position to be like, okay, I know I contributed at the end here, but I really wasn't part of the majority of this season to help get us here. Like, how much can you really even feel like you can be part of the celebration? And then for something that Diamond was contributing to in small ways, to get that stripped from her if this team does go all the way. It just it feels like such a weird position to be in. Like, if I were Dejanay and I was on a team that ends up winning a WA championship and I came in at the very end, I would try hard to want to stay and actually feel like, okay, I earned that championship that I was a part of.
Oh, 100%. And I mean that it's there was someone that was sending me messages on Twitter and just kind of asking about like the draft, where I mean, that's the other unfair part about this team, is they could win the championship and then have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And
Hmm.
just kind of like speculating on like, what do you draft? And I have no clue. Like,
Yeah,
everyone except for Ola is a free agent. Like, I
that's
think Fee is
crazy.
coming back. I think K-Mac is coming back.
Hmm.
Based off of what Courtney and Lan have said about like the city and how much they love being here, I'd assume most of the band comes back together. But
Hmm.
like, this is such a weird situation because, again, the Lynx have a ton to offer. Like, we have a Hall
Hmm.
of Fame coach, we have some of the best facilities, we have a winning track record. it's just going to be so weird. I'm going to throw
Yeah.
us over to one more ad break here. And then when we come back, we'll do any questions that pop up in the chat. By all means, we'll answer them. If not, we'll preview the Liberty a little bit and go from there. And we're back with another ad read. This time for Pence Homes, the presenting sponsor of Hitting the Hardwood Network. From the best tools and technology to transparency throughout the entire process, Nate Pence and the Pence Homes team is the top choice for buyers, sellers, and is proud to support you and your home ownership goals. Get started today by calling 612-308-1122 or by emailing info@pencehomes.com. Oh, that cut out where? PenceHomes.com. Elle, you like going to Lynx games, right? This is
I
impromptu
do.
ad read Andrew. So
I love.
Nate Pence over at Pence Homes, delightful
Mm.
gentleman. He is doing a special promo with the Hitting the Hardwood Network, where if you call to get set up for either a buying or selling meeting, appraisal, anything like that, and you mention the Hitting the Hardwood Network, you will be entered in for a chance at 2 home game tickets for an upcoming Lynx game. And the only people that will be entered are people that call, set up a visit, and mention the Hitting the Hardwood Network. So, well, I like to think that there might be tens of thousands of people entered into this drawing. I am going to be realistic, and I will just say this might be a really good way to get some Lynx tickets. And it's not a timeshare deal. You don't have to like sign your life away. You don't have to get like 2 weekends a year in Bermuda. Like, this is literally Nate Pence is a delightful man. Go have a meeting with him. You could win Lynx tickets. That is the end of my promo, but I'm just being honest. That might be a really cool way to get some pretty good Lynx tickets for an upcoming game. And we're on the other with another ad read.
Is going to be like the rest of the regular schedule are going to be great games. Like, this is the time to get tickets.
Oh, 100%. And like, Elle, we have the Liberty coming up, which unfortunately or fortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be even close to another finals rematch. I mean, Fee is not going to be playing. Everything I've heard about Brianna Stewart is she is not going to be playing. Jess played tonight, but was questionable with that ankle injury. K-Mac with the knee. You never know how that's going to look a few days out from now. That being said, after that Liberty game, the Lynx have 6 days off before they play the Liberty again.
Yeah.
I mean, just how kind of exciting is it to not only just play the Liberty, even if it's not at full strength, but also to have like that much time off at this point in the season?
I think it's going to be crucial for these players to just stay on their A game and stay healthy. I don't like that we've had a schedule where this rematch of the finals has been stacked in their regular season schedule towards the end. I think that's so odd. I remember that stack mid-season before the All-Star break with Chicago Sky. It's kind of weird, but I'm glad that they're getting a long 6-day break between those 2 games. And I just hope that, this coaching staff tries to do whatever they can to like rest up their stars and
I
not push
mean,
it.
as of recording here at 11 o'clock, the Lynx have a 6.5 game lead over the 2 seed, which is currently tied. Or no, pardon me. They have a 5.5 game lead over the 2 seed, which is the Liberty, with not a lot of games left. I mean, realistically, this is why you win all of those games in the regular season, is you get to this point and you have such a cushion
You
that,
can relax.
exactly. Like if Fee's ankle was right on the border of like she can come back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they can give her 3 weeks now. If K-Mac
Yep.
needs a night or 2 off, they can do that. And I think it's a luxury that, like you said, is really going to come in handy in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's a really good sign, and I'm just glad that that first game is under their belt and it was a win. I will say, just like a little like WCCO plug for the Liberty game on the 16th. I don't know how our promotions team pulled this off, but That fourth quarter t-shirt toss is going to be me and a couple other WCCO team members for the Liberty game on the 16th.
How's your
So
arm? Should people be sitting close to the court, or like should they go up a few rows? Like how good of an arm are we talking here?
I'm hoping I can bring my lacrosse stick from college because my arm is trash. I I I work out, I promise you. I lift weights, but I cannot throw a ball. Like I cannot. I was not a softball player. So if you want a t-shirt from me in particular, it's you're gonna have to pay the big bucks for a deep lower bowl.
Well, and two, I mean, one, that's awesome. Like Travis Singleton, sneaker reporter, and myself were talking about that literally during the game of like, how cool would that be to just get the t-shirt cannon for like a couple minutes and launch some. But I mean, the Lynx only have 5 home games left. So if you're looking
Hmm.
to get to a Lynx game, I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities left unless you want to do a playoff one. Um,
Yeah.
and that New York is, I'll be honest, like that Fever game, it may not have Fee, it may not have Caitlin.
Hmm.
Um, the Seattle game, I mean, I would hope Fee's back by the 28th, but I
Hmm.
mean, you just don't know. I'm assuming the Lynx are gonna slow play this even more if they keep winning. I mean, what's the point
Right.
of bringing her back? Um,
I
but
will say
there's not a ton of games left. So if
no.
you are looking to get tickets, that Liberty one might be kind of the happy medium where you're not watching the Wings or Valkyries, but you're also not paying $1 billion to maybe see Caitlin Clark.
Right. And the Liberty has such a star-packed roster that even if like Stewie's sitting, you're still gonna see some like incredible players play firsthand in front of you, and that's always fun. But I will say, kind of a new fan favorite for me, who was really a menace tonight, was Sonia Citron. Oh my goodness, what a stud for a rookie! I couldn't believe it.
The Mystics have like I don't know how to phrase it without being like mean to the Mystics. And if there's any Washington fans that have come by here, I apologize because this has not been a very Mystics uh pro Mystics podcast. But
Hmm.
like every time we play the Mystics, I don't understand why they're bad. Like
Yeah,
Citron is good.
yeah,
Like
and
Melbourne
obviously,
is a good player. I mean,
yes, and
even like Olsen off the bench had a rough night tonight, 2 for 9, but like she's a good player.
hmm,
Dolson crushes the Lynx every time they play. Like
yeah,
I and again, I'll be fully transparent. I'm not watching a lot of Washington Mystics games in my spare
hmm,
time, but like I just don't understand why they struggle so much at times.
yeah, and I mean, let's like they barely lost tonight. Like they
Mhm.
were ahead of the Lynx for they probably held the lead majority of the game, and so yeah, I don't get why they can't just push it through to the end. But maybe it's because you're having like two of your best players are rookies, and they just don't have that maturity to seal the deal yet. I don't know.
Yeah, they're a really weird team. I mean, I'm glad we
Yeah.
don't have to play them anymore because
Mhm.
like honestly, just not seeing Dolson anymore will be nice because I fear for Land's health every time they
Literally.
play. But like the Mystics are just such a weird team. The other team that's like that I just can't figure out is like Seattle. I feel
Mhm.
like Seattle should be so much better than 16 and 14. And I don't know if that's just because like I've only watched the Lynx Seattle games and like a couple
Mhm.
random ones that they won, but I just feel like they should be so much better than like a middle of the pack team.
Right, because they have so many individual powerhouses, and it's just like, why are they not coming together? But you know what that reminds me of is just we say this time and time again that the Lynx, what makes them so good is because of their team chemistry and the fact that they're actually real friends in real life. And it reminds me of when we were at recently the Justin Vernon event with T as well, and their president of business operations, Carly Knox, was talking to us about All-Star Weekend. She's like, the Lynx won that weekend because the Stud Buds went viral, and Cheryl went viral for dancing and like going out, and Fee's tunnel outfits just like popped off and went viral on Vogue.com. Like, it just kind of proved that this team stands out not just for their skills, but but for their team chemistry. Like, the Stud Buds are the most prime example of that. But like, this team is just so well connected. So it doesn't matter if you have individual stars. What really matters and what it comes down to is the whole, the sum of its parts.
That is the perfect way to end this podcast. So we're going to end this podcast, but not before I ruin the perfect way to end this podcast by saying,
With an
shout
ad.
out Carly Knox, who ran onto the court to try and help Dejanay Carrington find a contact, along with 15 other Lynx employees who were all searching under the basket to find a contact. But like, when your director of business is like coming out of the stands to help find a contact, that is just awesome.
Yeah.
Also, little sidebar, one of the writers for the Connecticut Sun sent me or co-tweeted or sent me a message, I can't remember which one it was, saying that there was a game in Connecticut where Dejanay got her contact knocked out. It fell on the ground and she just picked it up and like dry eye put that back in. And that is the most hardcore, toughest thing. Like, Dejanay is a tougher person than I am, because
Literally.
I used to have contacts before I got LASIK, and I can't even imagine how awful that would feel. And
As a
she's
current,
just like, whoa, she is a tougher person than I am. That's my takeaway from that story.
Same. As a current contact girly, I cannot imagine. Like, what? That's crazy. I mean, I've already had mad respect for her, but it just somehow went up a notch. Love.
Lynx just all around. Nothing but respect. 320-ish people have swung by. So thank you to all of you that have come by, hung out with us at 11 o'clock on a Friday. I know most of you probably have better things to do, so I appreciate you hanging out with us. Like always, if you came into this a little bit late, this will be published tomorrow, Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Anywhere you find your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, all of that stuff. And we'll be doing the same thing on Sunday. After the Liberty game, we have Brandon Beck that's going to pop on with me from the Crunch Wears No Pants podcast, who have taken a very startling left turn and have gone all in on the Lynx. Like, I think their last three pods have been only Lynx content. So
love.
Anytime we can get new Lynx fans, I am all for it. But Elle, thank you so much for coming on. Anything you want to plug before we get out?
Yeah, just come to the Liberty game on the 16th, and I will try my best to chuck a t-shirt your way. And tune in to my Women in Sports segment every Monday on WCCO at 5 p.m.
Awesome. Appreciate it. And until next time, everyone, go Lynx.
Go Lynx.